about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and I want to give a quick review of Spawn, The Dark Ages #1. This is a limited series. This is #1 of 6. And being a big, huge Spawn fan I am, which you know if you look at a lot of reviews on my channel, I had to give my thoughts on this. And for one, it is completely different than anything going on in the Spawn universe. I will be talking about a couple of characters, maybe a couple of plot points, but I do not want to give away spoilers because that's the fun of, getting into these books is reading them and discovering for yourself. So you don't have to worry about too many spoilers, but it is written, drawn, and colored by Liam McCormick-Sharp. I am not too familiar with his work previously, but that is a lot of heavy lifting from one guy, and he does a brilliant job. And him being in charge, being in control of everything, it looks different than everything else in the Spawn universe. It's not going to have these bright, dark reds, these big sweeping action pieces. It is a very, I guess I would use the word maybe brutal style. A lot of sharp edges, a lot of detail. I mean, it is a beautiful book from page to page here. It is kind of reminiscent in the style of Conan. There were moments when I was reading this, I felt like I was reading a Conan book, and, especially these panels right here. And I had to remind myself, oh no, this isn't a Conan book. This is a Spawn title. Our main protagonist is a king. What is his name? Lord Aurelius. And in the back here, they actually have a glossary for those who do not understand a lot of the writing in here. And so you go back to the glossary, and it's Ambrosius Aurelius, the inspiration for Arthur, sometimes cited as the brother of Uther, and even the template from Merlin. But in this version, he is the last of the great Roman leaders in Britain. And so it takes place in the 4th century AD, and it's this king trying to hold his kingdom together from all of these outside forces. And he does the unthinkable. He seeks to have a meeting with a hellspawn in order to form an alliance. This very religious king is pushed to the brink of, his morality, and, like I said, form a union with a hellspawn. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not like anything else I'm reading in Spawn. And the way I look at it is, it's like, as big a fan as I am of the Spawn universe, the more the merrier. And to me, that's a big, big plus. You get a lot of the same lore, so you don't have to learn new lore, but in a whole different style. I would compare it to like a Spawn series like Sam and Twitch Case Files, which looks more like a police procedural than a supernatural thriller. Or you look at Rat City, which takes place in a future New York and is very flashy, like a Blade Runner book. When you have this large universe, I think it defeats the purpose to have every book read and look the same. And I would say by far from all the different Spawn books I've read, this is the most individualistic. This is a standout as far as stylistically speaking. So check it out. I think you will dig it. And like I said, it's a Dark Ages story, but with familiar Spawn lore. And it takes place in England. So that's my thoughts on it. Get it at your local comic book store. If you don't have a local comic book store, Check out my friend Jeff at coffeeandacomic.com. They ship nationwide, have the best rates on shipping, and they give you complimentary coffee with every order. And I'll see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I will. I'm out.